wireless headset. Done. Alright, so can you hear me now? Properties on this one. Select open microphone on USB audio device. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, you should be able to hear me now, I think. I believe I've sorted everything out. So there's only one way to find out. Once again, let's go to YouTube and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's have a look. Yes! Finally! Right, there we go. It sounds echoey because I had that on YouTube. Right, so you can hear me now. Everything fine, is it? Please let me know. Everything okay? Does this sound okay now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Has the echo gone? Please tell me the echo has gone. Yeah, all good, apart from a terrible echo. The echo's still there, is it? Oh, I know why. Bear with. Turn that one off. Right, you should only hear me once. Hang on. I'll turn. All right. Now we should have no echo, and everything should be good. Tell me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Has the echo gone? Darren, I am relying on you as my only source of communication via text. That's it. Thank God for that. Got there eventually. Sorry about that, guys. I really don't know what was going on. So maybe we'll start again, shall we? We'll start again, and I will start from the beginning because it's important. Right, so what I was saying right at the beginning of the video is that I've been trying to create a video for the last few days of Navigraph, and I've been getting into trouble with it, and the reason why I've been getting into trouble is that normally you create a video and you do all your filming, you do all your editing, then you do the narration, and boom. Unfortunately, for some reason, with Navigraph, I just haven't been able to do that. I've just been getting in a bit of a mess. And as I showed you, I think I've been using a new video editing software suite, which is really quite complex. And whilst much of it is the same as Sony Platinum was, there are other elements of it which are a little bit confusing. And you really have to take your time until you learn everything. And the last video that I created using DaVinci Resolve was the Cree video, which it was good. It all worked out very well. This is what happens. This is what it kind of looks like when you load everything up. It's fairly complex. With different places, you've got all this different stuff everywhere, but it's really good, and it just takes a little bit of getting used to. So I was trying to use this in creating the Navigraph, and it just wasn't working for me. So I decided, am I using Cinema Verity? Yes, I never notice it. It's funny, I just don't notice it anymore. But yeah, Cinema Verity is on. Anyway, so that's why I've been having trouble with Navigraph. So I decided, right, to hell with that. What I shall do is I should just go live, and I'll do it live, okay? So that is what I'm going to do. And we'll start again at the beginning. Here we go. So you click on the Navigraph Charts icon. I don't know if any of you have got it. And immediately another update. So that's 2 updates this morning already. So let's just do that. It only takes a few seconds to do a Navigraph update, thankfully. And what Navigraph tend to do, they update their charts on a regular basis. Anyway, so here we are. As I said, centered over the United Kingdom, and I'm at Cardiff Airport. Now you see this pink thing here. This is my aircraft in Xplane. at Cardiff Airport. There you are, you see it there. All very nice. So that's useful. And the way you can turn that on and off by using this button up here. All right. So there you go. It goes back on. We'll turn it off for the moment. Let me go through the top menu bar. Oh, first, here we are. This is the world as we know it. And these are all the high airways. Over here on the left, you can see all the NAT tracks. So those are all the positions that you can go into the United States from the UK or anywhere in Europe. Those are the different tracks that you would go in on. Anyway, enough of that. Zooming back in, and I will go across the top. Here we've got a search bar, so you can search for any airport you want in the world. Let's see, LGAV. There we go. So that's Athens. You know, search for any airport in the world, and it will come up KJFK. Right, and there you have it. And this is all the charts for New York. All right, they were all the charts for KJFK. So let's get rid of that a minute. There we go. So, and once you've searched for it, they remain here in your search bar. Yes, there they are. Excuse me. Here you've got favorites, and you can add to favorites. Yeah, so you can add an airport. Somehow I've got Bristol in there. I don't recall putting it in favorites, but there you go. Flights. This is all the flights that I've done, and what it does, Navigraph keeps your flights. So you'll see that I've done a few there. Some going back to 2017 somehow. I don't know how that went back there. We'll have a look at that after. So those are the flights that you've done. Then over here you've got 3 levels of maps. So you've got the high en route charts here, right? High en route charts, which are the high airways. You see all these lines. Then you've got the low en route charts. Those are for turboprops and only going to a certain level, etc. And then below that you've got the world map. You can zoom in, but you can't zoom in that far. So there's Exeter, here's Cardiff, Penarth, Barry, Cardiff Airport there, East Aberthaw and West Aberthaw, so forth and so on. And then Swansea here. Okay, so you can zoom in, but not incredibly deep, but nice enough. All right, so let's go back to high en route. Here we are, high en route chart. This is your connector to connect your SIM. You do have to download another thing. It's called it's not SIM Connect. Okay, it's called SimLink, I think, Navigraph SimLink. I'll show you where it is on the website anyway in a moment. This button over here, day or night, yeah, I always kind of have it on day, I don't know why. And then here is just, your settings and you sign in. The settings are nothing. You don't even need to bother with settings. So, what is the purpose of this? Well, the purpose of this is route planning, flight planning, and also it's a moving map. But not only that, it holds your charts as well. And I'm going to show you exactly how this works. So EGFF, okay? So I'm going to fly from EGFF to somewhere else. But let's just call up the Cardiff charts. All these things here are the CTRs and the different flight levels, etc. If you was to turn them all on. Unfortunately, there's not a way of turning them all on. Oh, there we go. That's the Cardiff CTA. Complete. Yeah, let me just check. Yeah. But up here is you've got the charts. Yeah, so you click on that, and it shows you all the charts for Cardiff. Okay, so I'm going to start over on the right-hand side. So you've got reference. So you got your radar minimum altitude chart there, yeah, and you can zoom in on that. All right, and then your noise abatement chart here. Pretty cool. SID, standard instrument departure. Okay, so there's an Alvin 1 Bravo departure. You see that? And these are Jepson charts, the latest version of Jepson charts as well. So they're bright, and you can print all these off. There's a printer over here. Yeah, I'll go through these icons in a minute. So there's that. Your Brecon 1 Alpha departures and Brecon 1 Bravo. So 1 Alpha, runway 30, 1 Bravo, runway 12, and then you've got your Exmoor 1 Alpha and 1 Bravo departures. Okay. The Alvin departures are not used that often. Generally off runway 12, not used that often because we're very rarely on 12. You will find some controllers sometimes. They'll put aircraft, on a Brecon 1 Alpha departure, but depending on what the traffic is like going through the region, some controllers, myself included, we may at one point, depending on where the aircraft is going as well, if they're going east towards London, then at some point or another, maybe around here, I would say route direct to Alvin, so cutting the corner, and that a lot of that depends on traffic in the area, traffic coming out of Bristol, etc. But that's it's one of those things, curiosities of VATSIM when people give you direct twos. Okay, moving on. We have taxi chart here. Yeah, so maintenance area on the south side, main terminal BA, and this is all our taxi links, routes, holding points, etc. Parking stands as well. Brilliant, really straightforward. Very few people use stand 6. You might put maybe a Saab or a Jetstream or something like that on stand 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 7 and 7 left are used very rarely, strangely enough. Mostly by cargo, but also Flybe used to park around here. Flybe used to park on 2, 3, 7, 8 and 11 more often than not. And then anywhere else. And not forgetting, Cardiff can take 747s. Generally 747s go to stand 9 or stand 8. Okay, just to let you know. And that's because of the wingspan. Because if you put it on 10, the wing would be in the terminal. Yeah. Similarly, if you put it on 11, the wing would be, almost in the control tower. So 747s can go on 8, 9. When Bruce Dickinson came with Iron Maiden, they had it over here across stand 4 and 5. And I've got photographs of that because I went out there to see it. It's amazing. Anyway, JA copter minimums. All right. Very rare you need to worry about this, but then we have our approach charts, and you've got the ILS, RNAV, NDB. Very, very rare do you get pilots requesting RNAV or NDB approaches, but they do on occasion, so you need to know the procedures for that. And we had a pilot last night at Cardiff who requested RNAV for runway 30. Basically, he was routed direct to a fix, and then it's down to him. Et Pob from the south and It Tat from the north. And then we have our stars. Okay, so these are the arrivals. Cardiff 1 Alpha Charlie Foxtrot and Echo arrivals here. And then we have the Cardiff 1 Bravo and Cardiff 3 Delta arrivals here. Simple, straightforward stuff. So that's all the charts, and you have the charts for all of the airports. It depends where you go. If you went to JFK, there's hundreds of charts. So those are the charts, but this is where things get really interesting. So let's create a flight. All right, let's create a flight. Let me close that. Hang on. Get rid of that. Close that. Why is that not closing? I can't get it off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we create a flight. Okay, so we're going to create a new flight. Manual input. Origin airport. So we go from, let's see. We'll go from Cardiff, EGFF. All right. And destination. We shall go to, let's see, Corfu. If I can remember the ICAO. It's KY. No, it's not. It's LGK. Y? No. R. There we go. Kakira Ioannis Kapidistras, Greece. Okay, Corfu. So there's my origin, there's my destination, auto-generate my route, okay? And then it says we've got route options. We can have high airways or low. Obviously we're going to go on high, okay? Are you ready? Create. So it's generating the route, and it has created it. Let me close that a moment, and then you can see the whole route. There we are, Cardiff, all the way down to Corfu, all right? And up at the top here, all our waypoints and airways, okay? We need to find out how we get out. So we want to depart a runway, so we're going to use runway 30, and a departure we can use from runway 30 to Brecon 1 Alpha, okay? Oh, did you see what happened then? Maybe you didn't. Look here, see that? Let's put the route in, but watch this. Over here, if we go to SID and we go to Brecon 1 Alpha, are you ready? You can click on it. Okay, it brings up the Brecon 1 Alpha chart, but watch this. If we click overlay chart on route, it puts the chart over the top of the route. Look at that. And the icons that were down on the side, they're now here. See? So we can display in window mode, obviously, like that, or not. Yeah. We can come out of that and put the chart back on. Yeah. We can show it at 50%, 70%, or 90%. Yeah. And you can read the chart, but now when it gets really clever, is if you put your aircraft on, you see your plane. Yeah? You see your plane. And it's a moving map. Then it becomes a moving map. So you actually, throughout the whole flight, whoops, that was my fault, sorry, turn that off. Throughout the whole flight, you would see your aircraft. So, stop it. Now then, on top of this, right, if you want to look at any particular segments of your flight plan, click on there. It'll highlight it in purple, and it will tell you what the segment is. It's Alvin to Biggin. And the distance, 103 nautical miles. Isn't that cool? You can do that anywhere on the route. You can check your segment. Let's have a look at this segment. Ing to Lesdo, 89 nautical miles. Minimum altitude, flight level 345. Maximum, flight level 500. Isn't that cool? You can do this all the way, all right? All right. What we need now is an approach into Corfu. So we come over here, click on LGKR, open charts list, oops. Open charts list. It opens the charts on the other side of the thing here. Look at this. And then you can really be clever. You can say show overview, and it'll show you everything. All the stars going into Kerkira. Yeah, all of the stars going into Kerkira. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we need the Tiger Tooth Happer, because we've got to come south into Corfu to land on that runway. Alright, so we could look at the approach. So we want runway 34, it's an RNAV approach, yeah. So we need to go to BedX, yeah. We need to go to BedX. So we want a star. It goes to BedX. So it will be the Nosti 1 Papa. No, Tiger 2 Papa. So come down here, I think. Where is it? Tigra 1 uniform. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. That will do nicely, I think. and I'm trying to get out of this now. I don't want to be in windowed mode. There we are. Show overview. Yeah, Tiger 2 Papa. Okay. And then the approach, which was nav34. I know the aircraft is outside the chart boundaries, but I want to get on my routes, please. Why won't it go onto my route? Close. Okay, I don't want to pin it. There we are. nav34. And the star was the Tiger. Where is it? Down here, isn't it? Tiger 2 Papa. Why won't it add? It normally does. Close, full screen, windowed, fit page, fit width. This chart does not support moving maps. Okay, well there we go. That's a shame, isn't it? This airport. All right. So for some reason we can't get it on there, but at least we know what we need. So for the arrival into Corfu, we need the Pitta to Papa onto runway 34, and it's an RNAV approach. So you still have the charts, so you can view the charts. It's just unfortunate we can't get them in there. That's a bummer, isn't it? Let's try EGFL. Yeah, we'll go back. It's the same principle. So we created the flight plan. Here we can get the chart up on. I know that because I did it earlier. And there we have it. So it goes straight in. And if you want to put the charts on, you can. It's a powerful, powerful thing. And, you know, wherever you click, you can get information. So Zanko, it's an RNAV waypoint. It's on route. But, you know, literally anywhere. And it will bring up information about that. It is hugely powerful. You can clear routes, the whole routes, etc. Yeah, and then you just come up to flights here, and you can remove things. Hang on, flights, edit, cancel. You could understand why I got in a mess trying to create this video, but as you can see, it is really good fun. Some people prefer to use other things. I like it. There are lots and lots of flight planning tools out there. Right, how much for the program? Solar Phoenix is asking. If you get it from Navigraph, it's an annual fee. So let me just pull up Navigraph on. Now the thing is, you used to be able to get charts for anywhere in the world at one point, yeah? You used to be able to get charts for anywhere in the world just by typing into Google, and you can, but then it's about getting flight plans and flight maps and all the rest of it. Let's see, what's the pricing, if I can. This is the thing about Navigraph, they never put pricing anywhere. Navigraph Charts. They do put pricing about, but I can never figure it out. It's a monthly. You can pay monthly or you can pay annually. I pay monthly. If you have Navigraph Charts, you get the download data as well. You get everything. It is a subscription fee. I'm trying to my current one is yearly, and it's also renewable. Here we are. We have the prices here. So for the ultimate, which is what I've got, which is FMS data and charts, is 9.96 euros a month. If you subscribe annually, it's 89.88 a year. So it works out cheaper, and you get everything. Then you get the ultimate FMS data. and you get charts. So you get everything on that. Not only that, but you can get uh, um, you can get an app for your phone. So I've got Navigraph Charts on my phone as well. Um, it's really quite something. Darren, they're just telling somebody you can get everything on the website. So it's navigraph.com. Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure it is. I've been a member of Navigraph since it came out, back in the days of FSX, or even before FSX, I think. So the web address, yeah, navigraph.com, really straightforward. And you know, I don't know whether they've got a video, but it might be better than what I've just shown you. But it is excellent stuff. I mean, we'll just click through this slide here. I love the overview of SIDS and stars, because then you can just choose, you know, which one to look for. I remember, and as I say, Jepson charts. I remember when I first saw Navigraph, I saw it at a flight sim show at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, at the NEC in Birmingham, and it was free. Navigraph Charts originally was free. It wasn't like this. It was nothing like this, believe me. You know, you got the FMS data, and you could download charts. It was totally different from this. This is like light years ahead. And it was free originally, and then they brought in the subscription. They always said that they would bring in a subscription. But I can tell you this, it's been roughly the same since I first joined, around about €9. So it's pretty damn good value, and it is used by literally countless people, and it's been, you know, developed by two guys. I can't remember their names now, I used to know them. It was developed by two guys, and basically they kind of did it themselves and got the data. And it was at a time when a couple of places were actually preventing you from getting access to FMS data and ARACs and what have you. You used to be able to get ARACs for free, and then all of a sudden, I think the UK and the USA, they said, no, you can't have them free anymore. You'd have to pay a subscription, which was phenomenal. And Navigraph came in there, and they did it. They did it, and they did a fantastic job. Absolutely brilliant job. No two ways about it. Right, I'm going to have a quick scroll through some of these questions now. Yeah, are you running cinema? Yes, we did that. Been using it like yourself ever since it came out. It's a true must-have for any pilot controller. True. Where did you download the Navigraph Symlink? Got it in P3D, but I haven't got it in Xplane. I've only yeah. Symlink. It is in. It's on the it's on the website somewhere. Really, phone as well. Phone, yeah. Is it an app format too? Yes. Yep. So yeah, Darren's answered all the questions that I wasn't reading, that I couldn't see. It is absolutely brilliant. You know, for controllers as well. Like I was saying, last night I was on Cardiff Radar, and somebody wanted an RNAV approach into Bristol. I had never done RNAV approaches, controlled RNAV approaches until this past week. I've had two pilots request them. I've got over 5,000 hours of controlling time on VATSIM, and I'd never been asked for an RNAV approach. So I had to quickly, you know, pull up the chart and quickly figure out what the RT was for an RNAV approach, and yeah, I did that quite quickly and quite easily. Just before I kind of shut down this live broadcast, let me show you quickly Euroscope. For those of you who have never seen Euroscope, for those of you who are pilots and don't even know that your controllers have something. And you may have seen it. You may have seen videos on YouTube. I mean, there's plenty of them around. Let me just show you quickly Cardiff radar. Okay, well, that's Bristol Airport, obviously. I have two monitors, so when I am controlling, my Bristol Airport and Cardiff Airport ground surface movement radar are on the left-hand side, and my radar screen is on my large monitor. But I can put all three on here. So let me just show you. So there's Cardiff, and here is my, oops, and here is my control zone. Okay, so this is what it looks like of an evening. So I control, as Cardiff radar, I can be responsible for Bristol and Cardiff top down. So that is from my agreed flight level, which is just below 245, I believe, down, all the way down to the ground, and vice versa, all the way up. So if there was no controllers on at Bristol, you would contact Cardiff Radar, and Cardiff Radar would give you full control out of Bristol up to flight level 150, and then I would hand you off to London if they were there. If not, I would then hand you off to Unicom. Okay, and the same for Cardiff. If there were no other controllers at Cardiff, so no tower, I would control all traffic out of Cardiff and Bristol at the same time, which can be a little bit stressful at times because you're dealing with 3D space. You're not just dealing with 2D, you're dealing with 3D space, and it's quite a concept to get your head around. That you're dealing with traffic at different levels, and you've got to get them through the different levels. So now I've just opened up all three things on my one monitor, and I can scroll through them with a press of a key. Yeah, so I'm here, and I see somebody has arrived at Cardiff. They want to take off from Cardiff. I can quickly get to the Cardiff ground chart and see that, and say, right, and just taxi them out of there. Or similarly, I can move to Bristol as well and do the same there. And then I have my radar scope as well. Normally, as I say, I have this screen on my main monitor, and on my left-hand monitor, I have the two towers. I have got three monitors, and if I wanted to, I could hook up my third monitor, which I will be doing shortly, and have the two towers, two surface movement radars on two monitors, and the main radar screen here in front of me, if I wished. I think I can show you what this looks like. I don't know whether there's any traffic about it. Let's just connect. I'm not going to connect to audio for VATSIM. We'll see if there's any traffic about. So this is what it looks like. And there is somebody on the ground at Cardiff. And there's somebody on the ground at Bristol. There's Bristol. And there's Cardiff. So maybe, let's see if we can control these guys there. So let's get on to AFV. And what I will do, audio for VATSIM, connect to that. Yep, so and this is what audio for VATSIM looks like. And if I add EG underscore app, oh, somebody's already on Bristol, so let me come off that. Somebody is already on Bristol. So we'll just have Cardiff on. And Cardiff Tower. Right. Cardiff doesn't have a ground radar. Okay. Cardiff does not have ground radar. Or a ground controller, should I say. Let's just check my ATIS is working. Connect the ATIS. Test the URL. Yep. That's done. Close. And now I'll just inform this guy here. Cardiff. Oops. Radar is open. Okay. So I don't really need to worry about the Bristol Tower. Okay. In fact, the guy who was at Bristol has gone. But my Cardiff traffic is still here. Luke Voidsel. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just to make things easier for me, I'll open up another instance and I'll put my Cardiff Tower. So I'll put radar on there and then Cardiff Tower over here. There we go. So now I can see what's going on a lot better. And I'll send him a contact me for when he's ready. And it doesn't look as though he's got a flight plan. Oh yes, he has got a flight plan. Excellent. So you might actually hear a little bit of controlling. Now whether you hear the other side, I'm not quite sure. I do hope you do. It'd be interesting. Flight Sim 95. Oh. Speedbird 733, pass your message. Standby. 733, are you actually starting engines or are you push and starting? Okay, 733, once your engine's started, call for pushback. Right, so Speedbird 733 at Cardiff. Let me just put him over here so you can see. He's getting ready to go. Flight Sim was my first sim. Black Knight, not Aviator, was it? Probably. Oh, what days they were, definitely. I think my first sim was FS5 or FS95, I can't remember. That was my first commercial sim, but before that I was into military sims. Heavily into military sims, but I was never very good. I was no good at dogfighting. I was okay with some of the ground missions, but dogfighting I was rubbish at. And I wonder, does anybody remember AV-8B Harrier jump jet? That was fabulous because it had a mission planner in it, and it had a scenario. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. So maybe if I'll put Cardiff on this screen, and then I can still see what's going on and catch up with you guys in chat on the other screen. There we go. I just move things around a bit. Oh, who's this? BBC Micro, blinking out 32k memory. It was just dots and lines. I had a Spectrum ZX. The Spectrum ZX actually put me off programming. I wanted to become a programmer, but the ZX Spectrum put me off because I hated that language. Speedbird 733. What runway did London give you a runway? Sorry, sir. I'm trying to catch up. Okay, Speedbird 733. Push and start. Push is approved and faced west for runway 12 departure. This is what happens, you see, when you're trying to catch up. Solar Peak. Am I ATC? Yes, I am. I think Darren is as well. Night 3-4 Spitfire over Arkansville. I remember the Harrier jump jet. All right, never owned it though. That and a tank. Yeah, Black Knight. There was another one as well by. Does anybody remember the company Microprose? Yeah, Microprose. They were like huge back in the day. In fact, my very first computer, the first two games I bought was a program called Darklands which was set in medieval Germany. It was like a role-playing game, point and click. Well, it wasn't even point and click. It was text-based, but with graphics as well. And my other game was LucasArts X-Wing Alliance. Those were my first two games. Absolutely amazing. And then I think my third game that I got was Civilization, Sid Meier's Civilization. And then The Flight. And then, Combat Sim and all the rest. Yeah, Microprose, they were based in Bristol, of all places. And they were a global brand, but that's where they were based, in Bristol. And somebody I know who used to control at Bristol, I can't remember his name now. It'll come to me. Speedbird 733 taxi to holding point Bravo 1 runway 12. QNH is 1005. Yeah, Microprose. And there was another company called, there were so many publishing and developer companies in the UK. There was one called Ocean, and they developed something called the F117A, which was the stealth bomber. And I remember we was in London for some reason. I can't remember. I was in London. Oh, it was a trade union conference I was at in London. I went to the Ocean head office, which was in Kensington. I just went there, found it, went there, went in, and was taken on a tour and everything, and given loads of goodies. It was brilliant. And you could do that back in those days. Oh, what's happened there? Somebody's done something. Did someone subscribe? I think someone subscribed. Yeah, there was a great picture of it on the box. It was absolutely amazing. Awesome. Awesome stuff. F117A stealth fighter. That's the one. I think it had something like 10 floppy disks, didn't it? 10 3.5 floppy disks. Crack-a-lackin'. Hey, sat on Daniel Door's knee, huh? A blonde bombshell. Speedbird 733, would you require a backtrack for runway 12, or will you be able to go from there? Speedbird 733, backtrack runway 12, report ready, fully ready for departure. Just while I've got everybody here, I don't know if you're a member of Xplane Dedicated, don't forget, on Facebook that is, we've started a mentorship program, so you can partner up with people who are mentors and ask for help, or work together on certain things. Facebook, it's about one of the coolest Facebook things they've done for a long time, so yeah, have a look at that. Have a look at the mentorship program that started on Xplane Dedicated Facebook group. I'm just trying to think of some of the other games. Does anybody remember what one of my favourite games? I believe it was Microprose. One of my favourite games ever was Grim Fandango with Manny Calavera. That was groundbreaking at the time. Absolutely, it was a role play adventure game, and it was superb. I absolutely adore that game, and even now, I wish I could get hold of it. I know it's still available, it's still out there somewhere, but whether it would work in Windows 10, I have no idea. But Grim Fandango with Manny Calavera, It was just a wonderful concept, you know, celebrating the Day of the Dead. Brilliant. Anyway, let's get rid of this aircraft and then I will go offline. Darren, can you tell me, can you hear the communications between me and Speedbird 733, or can you only hear Speedbird? Can you only hear me? I could get an emulator. I could. The problem is the time. When would I have the time to play? What with all this? Speedbird 733, surface wind is 190 degrees 6 knots, and runway 12 clear takeoff. Apparently, there is a way. There is a way of doing it, Darren, that you can hear both sides of the comms. I'll have to check that out. Daley Thompson's decathlon. Amazing. But nobody said they remember Grim Fandango. The Secrets of Monkey Island with Guywood Threepbrush, or was it? Yeah, Guybrush Threepwood or something like that. Excellent. Okay, let's switch over to radar now, so we can see him, and I'll tag him so you can see what I see. So this is what we get. You see this down here? So we can change this tag as well to different ways of doing it. I don't need all this data on here, but I just haven't changed my tags at the moment. No, I don't remember Afterburn 1987. Speedbird 733, continue climb altitude 6,000 feet. Does anybody remember Jane's F15? That the picture on the box was incredible. It was the picture alone that made me buy it. I mean, I don't think it was ever that good. Maybe it was, but it was the picture alone. It just absolutely blew me away. I've got to buy that. I used to spend so much money. And then, of course, PC Gamer. The absolutely amazing magazine that would have, you know, copies, would have floppy disks on the front. Where's he going? Oh, he's on the Alvin, isn't he? Jet Set Willie. We're having a right old reminisce this morning, aren't we? Well, this has worked out really well because I've got, you know, it's a Wednesday. I always have jobs to do on a Wednesday morning, so this has worked out really well that we're having this little fly around here now. But I'm not quite sure where he's going. He's on the X11 Bravo. He's messed it up. Oops. Oh no, that's right. Speedbird 733, continue climb flight level 150. Everybody's coming in now. We've got Ewan. Hi, Ewan. Nice to see you. Good morning. Cal Slaymaker. Good morning. Solar Phoenix. Darren Foe. How are you feeling, by the way, Darren, after your injections everywhere? I'm not even going to ask what they were for. but it didn't sound good. Okay, guys, I'm going to go offline in a minute, so I will be handing this aircraft off to London West any moment. So 126.070. Speedbird 733, Cardiff radar is closing now. Contact London West on 126.07. And there we go. London West will take him. London West is just taken. You can see he's gone to yellow there, so he's on with London West. And if I double click him, whoops, there we go. Double click, the tag gets reduced, and he's now with London West. Nothing to do with me. Right. I need more tea, so have a good day all. Great to chat and reminisce. Yeah, you never know. Tomorrow morning, I think tomorrow, Thursday, I'm clear, so to speak. So I might do some controlling tomorrow morning. Might do it online. What do you think, guys? And I'll try and work out how to get the sound coming through from Euroscope also. Then you can hear that. Are you sure to exit? Yes. No. There we go. Save, 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 save. Brilliant. I love Euroscope. You should say yes. No. Save. Oh, there we are. Okay, I'll let you know tonight, Darren, if I'm about tomorrow. I should be okay. I know I've got quite a few jobs to do today, but let's get them out of the way. Domestic stuff, the domestic duties, and tomorrow I've got a free day, as they say. Okay, I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks, it's been fun. Thanks for the stream. Black Knight, no problem at all. Hope it was okay. I'm sorry about the sound issues right at the beginning, but that was me just screwing things up, which is really easy to do when you've got all these different programs to manage. I mean, this is the one that this will freak you out, obviously. Into infinity and beyond. This is where you do all your streaming from, and you bring this over here. It's just bonkers. Look at all this. I can really mess things up if I want to. All right. So we'll see you soon. Everybody, take care, and don't forget, if you're not a member of Xplane Dedicated, join up, and also subscribe to the channel. Somebody did subscribe, and unfortunately I missed it. I heard it, but I missed who it was. I heard it go ting ting ting, so I don't know who it was that subscribed or joined, because I missed the thing. Never mind. We'll find out who it was. I can look back, and thank you anyway. So we'll see you soon. Take care. Cheers.